I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. The midterm elections are over. Well, I mean, not really. They're kind of done, but there's always those states that count their ballots like they totally are smoked out and the old Weederooski, man. All right, one for this dude. Oh, one for that dude. Oh, man, this dude's name is Richard Ball. Dick Ball. Bro, I'm losing it. So where are we now? Well, I couldn't tell you. I'm not sure if the Democrats are happy or the Republicans are happy. All I know is a lot of lying, Q-believing dingleberries lost last night. However, Marjorie Taylor Greene won because Georgia. She was up against Marcus Flowers. Now, Flowers served in the United States Army from 1994 to 2003. His career experience includes working as a contractor and official with the State Department and the Department of Defense. So he is totally qualified and has all the experience. He's calm and he knows how government works. Why wouldn't Georgia vote for Marcus over this screaming three-toed red flag? Oh, right. Instead, they decided to vote in this anti-democracy, pro-chaos moron. Also, Annie Oakley lost. That's right. Boebert is out. Who's Marge going to play Barbies with? These two gentlemen here have to go to a runoff, even though Senator Warnock has a BA in philosophy and a PhD in theology. Yeah, you can call him Reverend Doctor. And Herschel Walker has CTE and frequent abortion miles. Yet, half of Georgia, the buckle of the Bible Belt, voted for the dumb guy with the Captain Crunch decoder ring, who doesn't go to church. They voted for him over an actual preacher with a doctorate. Praise Jesus, Georgia. Half of you voted against Jesus and for dead babies. God bless you. You know, there was a time when we voted for the best person for the job. Maybe not all of us, but I remember my dad specifically making a decision between Reagan and Mondale. You know, he looked at what they thought and what their policies were, their qualifications were, and voted for the guy that did movies with a monkey repeatedly. Dad made a thoughtful decision, and we don't do that anymore. We vote party. You know, the last 6 years, we have suited up in red or blue jerseys and voted blindly for our side only. And not only is it stupid, it's dangerous. We'll roll the dice on a psycho to beat the other side.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Which is just like hitting yourself in the face with a 2x4. The good news is the Nazi/crazy cream of the crop got blown out this midterm. The bad news is some snuck through because your side winning is more important than the country winning. And I'll be honest, if the Republicans had turned the economy after a once-in-a-century pandemic, created 10 million jobs, 5.7% growth, and got food back into the stores, and then got us all back to some semblance of normal, and did it in 22 months after the worst downturn in our lives, I'd vote Republican. I always vote what's best for all of us, and what's going to help me and my family. And the crew that put us on track to 1 million dead, tripled the trade deficit, bankrupt farmers, voted down the minimum wage, and made Christmas a German impressionist hellscape. That crew ain't it. You know, when you vote for people that hurt you, all right, that's your right. But democracy mixed with gullibility and stupidity creates anarchy. And good luck with that. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. Just vote who's best. Even I'd do that. I'm not even going to vote just because he's a Democrat. I'd be like, hey, that guy's better. This Democrat is on crack. I'm not going to vote for that. Hey, everybody. Christopher Titus Podcast. With me, as always, the lovely bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There can be only one.
There can be only one. But, man, the midterms are, not over yet, which is weird. They happened last night. So here's what happened. I don't know if you guys understand this because it's all weird. Everyone's saying the Democrats did so well, and you look at it, it's like, well, the Republicans picked up seats and stuff
compared to the wave that was coming.
Right. So they kept saying red wave. Well, so I guess every time through history, except for twice in modern history, has there ever been an administration that picked up seats in the midterms twice. One was W because of 9/11, and they were like, we got to get behind this guy. And the other one was John F. Kennedy.
That's interesting.
No, Clinton. It was Clinton. It was actually Clinton was the only one hit, but his popularity was at 63% at that time.
Yeah.
I thought they said this hasn't happened in a generation.
Well, Clinton was. Clinton was.
Oh my God.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Oh,
That's 30-something years ago. Yeah. That was yesterday. Wait, that was a week and a half. No, it was no.
The
it was-
90s. That was another
It was
generation.
Was
three
it 30?
decades ago.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Ray.
It's all right. Imagine being me.
2 generations ago.
I remember when you could buy candy
Well,
for a nickel.
Luckily, Clinton was before I, even was
Yeah.
in life or cared about politics.
But yes.
I do remember the
Remember
blowjob
Nirvana?
thing being really fascinating. I remember I was like, well, finally politics got interesting.
Yeah, but so the whole thing goes all the way back to, they said, since Kennedy. I mean, there hasn't been this. So basically, they came in, they lost the Senate seat with John Fetterman. They lost the Senate seat, and we'll see what happens. There's 2 more Senate seats got to be done, and there's a couple more House seats. It looks like they're going to take the House back by a couple people, but everyone's saying that's going to be a nightmare for Kevin McCarthy. So basically, they fucked up. Basically, they should have. So when this happened to Obama, he lost like 43 seats or something like that, and then W lost 60 seats. No, not W. Yeah, HW. No, W. One of them lost 60 seats.
Yeah, but with the Republicans that they put forward this time
Oh,
around,
man.
they should have lost.
Dude.
How in the fuck is Herschel Walker neck and
I
neck?
keep saying that. I'm like, how? And then, but Boebert's going to be gone. Boebert's gone.
Okay, yeah,
that's
but-
going to carry me through at least a few weeks, most likely. Boebert, Carrie
Yeah.
Lake, hopefully that
Mastriano.
Mastriano,
Oz is out.
Oz is gone. Dr. Butt Cream.
Jabruski, Brzezinski,
Jaworski. Yeah.
Jafatsky,
Yeah.
Jabroni.
rapper January 6th guy who did the wrapped in the Trump flag, and then he lied about his military service. But here's the thing that really gets me about that is he got like 43% of the vote.
Right. This is
How is this happening?
But that's what the Armageddon update is talking
God
about.
damn.
Like, see, that's what I was talking about. It's like I watched the whole thing and we're on the same thing. Where I'm like, wait, okay, fine. I'm glad that guy won because that guy is competent. Like when Reverend Warnock, let's just go to Herschel and Warnock. So Herschel is the dumbest. Like he's literally CTE damaged. He's damaged.
Yeah.
He can be able to talk well together. I'm like, what's he talking about? Warnock gets up there. He's got a BA. He's got a PhD in theology. And these Christians are voting for Herschel Walker, who's basically he's got an abortion punch card. I think he gets out on the 10th one. He gets it free.
So here's the problem. So if Democrats just mess one thing up, right?
They're
Mess something up.
They're held responsible.
We've got a bunch of nightmares waiting in the wings that are going to take over and just fuck, and we're done. And it's just a mess.
And those nightmares will not be held to account in any way, shape,
One
or
of
form.
the things that annoys me on a list of many things last night I was saying was you can really see where the GOP, it's like they're so pathetic and copycat. It's like, we had Warnock. And they were like, okay, we got to get one just like that.
Gotta
So
get
they get a black guy.
Because
And-
our people are dumb and they'll be like, well, I got to pick between 2 black guys.
Same as Wisconsin governor Gretchen Whitmer
And Tudor.
Tudor Dixon. So if you look at her picture, it's like, oh, they just got another Gretchen Whitmer. And that's the thing that like annoys me so much because they could have actually gotten good candidates that, could compete.
Yeah, well.
But it's not what it's about. And so let's say you got a candidate to match Reverend Dr. Senator Warnock.
That's Reverend Doctor.
Senator.
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 Yeah. That's Senator
Sir.
Reverend Doctor. There you go.
And they
With the shaft music.
So you have to think about what it's about. Why not get, if you think it should be a black guy, okay, fine. You could throw a stone and find a black guy who's a Reverend Doctor. I don't want to take away from that accomplishment, but you could find someone more qualified than Herschel Walker to have similar qualifications. So you have to think about what
A 78 Dodge Omni is more qualified than Herschel
what's
Walker.
it all about then. And it's, I think, because Herschel Walker is so easily controlled.
Yes, of course. That's they don't
Tudor
want.
Dixon
They
easily
can't.
controlled.
But that's what happened is McConnell has built this thing where he doesn't want democracy. He wants a bunch of soldiers that he can just go vote this way and that's how you vote, because that's the problem with the Democrats. And Democrats are the most American. These guys keep saying patriot and shit, but if you look at the Democrats, they're all over the map. which is their, you know, you've got the progressives that are over here. You've got the centrists over here. You've got the people that are trying to play both sides in a sense of trying to get something done for America. These guys, and that's what America is. Not only that, but they stand for the Constitution. I hate that these fuckers have been saying, yeah, man, Constitution, follow the Constitution. You know, they care about one thing in the Constitution because they don't care about free speech. They care about the Second Amendment. That's all they care about. You know, they don't care about anything else until they go to court. Then they know the Fifth. Then they know the Fifth Amendment. Yeah. They know the Fourth for illegal search and seizure. They start learning the Constitution as they do crime. That's and the thing about the Republicans is that they just keep putting these guys up, and I don't know. I don't know what they thought. McConnell kind of hinted about it a couple months ago. He said, "Well, we don't really have quality candidates." What? Quality candidate. We need to put up a quality candidate.
And they still don't.
And they don't. But now Warnock and Herschel have to go to a runoff.
J.D. Vance
won. He won by 17,000 votes.
J.D. Vance, that was a hard one for me. That's the guy that thought rape babies could heal a person, and that if your husband beats you,
it's okay.
It's okay.
Oh, the super Christian guy.
Yeah,
Christian.
He wrote Hillbilly Elegy, but that guy, I thought they showed a picture of him. He looked a little stunned. He looked a little like, oh shit. I think he's gonna fuck it up bad.
I watched Fetterman's acceptance speech last night, and shout out to his wife, who he was clearly struggling to. He was
thinking hard.
And he repeated himself several times about thanking the supporters, including the ones in this room. And she walked out with the kids and they waved, and she took her phone and set it on the podium and just kept waving.
So he could read the list.
And then he gave a very concise speech.
Yep. Yeah,
she rolled the prompter.
Though. That's you. That's Alpha Chick. That's Alpha Chick right there. Kids, come follow me now. Dad's he's knee deep in it. Let's go. Dad's going mumble, mumble, mumble. We got this. Dr. Oz, I'm glad. But Dr. Oz, to the there's something that happened last night, which I want everybody to kind of pay attention to. The people that did, now there's still going to be the Carrie Lakes, and Boebert's already complaining about that. You know, she knows she didn't lose, but
Carrie Lake has already said that too.
Dr. Oz came out and went, guys, I did my best. I did it. And he did what you should do, the classy thing. We had Democrats who conceded before it was over. They were like, yeah, I go, it's obvious he won, and I'm going to walk away because that's what you do.
Yeah.
And I'm here to support him in helping this community. And so I was like,
you said that about Fetterman?
No, it was another guy. Whoever lost it. I forget which guy it was, the gray-haired guy. The
chairman of the
so Long Island, there was like 5 out of the 5. So what they did was they did shady shit that the Republicans do. They tried to gerrymander a district, and they lost like 3 seats. And then the guy who was the head of the DCC for there, he actually lost his seat. And you go, guys, you can't claim to be the party of doing the right thing and then do the wrong thing. And I get that everybody's trying to fight fire with fire, but at one point you just have to call them out and you go, they're fucking using fire. We're not using fire. You gotta bring it up. So if you guys don't understand what happened last night, why the Democrats are excited, they were looking at losing 30 seats at least in the House. They were looking at losing 4 to 5 seats in the Senate. The Senate was still shaky. Even McConnell said that, but they thought it was going to be a rout. And what ended up happening was the Senate's still, as of right now, equal. And there's only they're projecting 5 seats, which is going to make Kevin McCarthy's job really fucking hard because all you need is a couple rogues and you're gone.
It's going to be impeachment palooza. 96% in Colorado, and Boebert is behind. She's behind about 2,200 votes.
I tightened up a little bit.
2,200 votes, that's it?
Oh, there are so many of them have been. So many have been 3,000. The chairman of the DCC, his was 3,000.
Yep, but I get his frustration. Don't you get like how is that possible? How is this psychopath, this moron GED having psychopath that close?
The thing that's this is a very red district, but the thing that's interesting about it is nobody knows Adam Frisch. Like, have you heard of Adam Frisch?
No.
We've heard of all the other challengers in these loud election denier races. This dude he's a sleeper. That's why everyone's blown away. You don't see a lot of social media. You don't see ads. Nobody's going to stump for him. You've heard nothing.
So there's a lot of
it's just people are tired
voting against Boebert. Do you think it's more voting?
I think so. I think it's sort of like there's a point where we're just tired. Mastriano, we're just tired.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we don't agree and we may never agree on most stuff, but some of that stuff is just ridiculous.
But maybe he just ran super hard ads locally.
Of course, Marjorie Taylor. No, everyone, all the pundits last night were like,
I saw one ad for the guy and he's just a nice guy. He's just a nice, normal guy. And I think I like Ray said, I think we're just like, fuck, man, can we, that's why this new show, guys, we'll be in Florida in 2 weeks. I just want you to know we're playing the Orlando, right?
On the 17th, Orlando Improv, 18th, Rinker Playhouse in West Palm Beach, and the 19th, Tampa Strauss Center, Ferguson Hall.
So just so you guys know, I'm exhausted. I fought hard on the midterm, but aren't we exhausted? It's I'm
stressed and worried that again.
I just wanted to get back to normal. So here's what people don't understand. I've been saying we did the whole thing about the polls, right?
Yep.
So the polls, guys, were wrong across the fucking board. Yeah. I'm wrong by a lot. There was a couple of races. They were literally off by 12 points.
Yeah.
And we said that. We're like, guys, this is not, and here's why. I get on stage across this country all the time, me and Ray do, and we take a poll every night. And when I say that, if you do a joke against somebody and the audience boos, you pretty much know where it's going. But people come to my show mixed. It's not a bunch of libtards. And if you do a joke on somebody and gets a huge laugh, you realize, oh, that guy's in trouble. And I've been saying this for a while, and I knew it was going to be this. I wished it wasn't this close. But here's how bad the route was. So that means that they underperformed. The Republicans underperformed so bad that they are now looking at, and almost all the guys except for 2 of Trump's back guys got kicked out. Right? The big ones. Lake's on the. Where's Lake at, by the way?
It's only 67% in, but she's moved up. They're about 4,100 votes apart.
God.
And it's only 67% in. And she's running against Katie Hobbs, who is highly experienced and who was the one that took a lot of shit for the election stuff last year because she didn't allow it.
She refused to let it go through.
Yeah.
This should be an absolute slaughter. Like with the candidates that they put up.
But I think you're nailing. I think you're nailing the issue though, and the issue is not the candidates because the candidates are the candidates. The issue is putting on the red or blue jersey. We need to stop that.
Yep.
We need to go. Like honestly, if it had the Republicans not fucked up. Like the second they elected Trump, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then it just went the daily shitstorm and all the stuff that came apart and the tax and the debt got added to. I look at the facts and the sad thing about this is that we live in an era where you can just pick your phone up and you can find the facts. I type one thing in and I get 15 articles.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't agree with what I think. And I have to go, well, that's the truth. Fake news. But that's bullshit. The fake news can't survive. Sorry, Fox is doing great. Sorry. We need to start going, and here's the weird thing. You can watch TV, you can see it and go, that's a good guy, that's not a good guy. Right?
Yeah.
Most of the time, can't you get that? Don't you get that most of the time?
Yeah, you can get you can get a sense quickly and be pretty close. But how have we gotten to a point where people don't care about the actual facts? Like they don't even care. They don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
They are defensive about, they don't want to hear the actual fact or the truth.
Because they've taken on the identity of what the candidate is. That's what we have to do. People forget that I'm his team. No, motherfucker, he works for you.
Yeah.
And we got to start switching it to where because when you're a Republican and you're voting for these guys that have come out and said they're going to cut Social Security, they're going to cut Medicare, they're going to actually reverse Biden's thing on cheap drugs. And here's the weird part. They're bold. I don't remember a time in my life where the politicians came out and said, hey, we're going to fuck you, vote for me.
Yeah.
And that's basically what's happening. And they have got to a place now where their base and the people that back them up are like, that's my team. I don't care what they say. Hey, they're doing it. It must be good for me. And if you just look at the numbers, it's not good for you. And again, if the Democrats were doing what the Republicans did and the Republicans were doing what the Democrats were doing, I'd be voting Republican.
I think there has something to do with a lot of people are in their own little bubble. And they're not necessarily affected by policies and real world, tangible things, right? So they have the luxury of just voting based on their feelings.
Yeah, but they don't understand that's going to affect them, though.
But they can detach themselves to the. I have anecdotally, this is years ago. I was describing something to a family member, and I was saying this affects me. Like they were on the other side, and I'm like, this literally affects me. There was like a after school program that was getting cut, and it was Republicans were cutting it, and I'm like, I can't use that anymore. And he or she, it was a he, said, he was like,
His name was Bob.
Yeah, Bob, my cousin Bob, said, that affects you. And then I sensed all of a sudden he was like, oh, it's real. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
And he shifted his thinking. Where
That's the thing. They can oppress minorities because they don't hang out with them.
Right.
They can oppress women because they don't hang out with them. They're not befriending them. They're just, buying them.
Yep.
And it's like
What?
Trump with Melania was what I was thinking of. But,
All right.
It's for example, so like these movements begin and these people are all putting on the red jersey and they're all following Trump or whatever Trumpism. But then it seems to move beyond that because, for example, January 6th, Trump said, so Pence has a new book coming out. An excerpt was released today to the Wall Street Journal, and he tells of the phone call with Trump after January 6th, and Trump says, were you scared? And he says, no, I was mad. And then he said, that this isn't our movement. These are not our people. It made me so angry to see people tearing up the Capitol like that. And then he says that Trump says to him with genuine sadness in his voice, what if we hadn't had the rally? What if they hadn't gone to the Capitol? It's too terrible for us to end like this. So you now have in his words where he knows that it was horrible.
Yeah, Trump knows he fucked up.
But the whole movement has moved on, including many of my family members saying that it was literally, this is the word, disturbance. The disturbance at the Capitol that day, Antifa, the small group of people, and now you've got it in his words. It's like the guy that attacked Paul Pelosi. They all made up an alibi for him, and then he gives a statement to the police and says, "No, I did it because of politics. I was trying."
Yeah, flat out the dude that attacked him was like, "Yeah, no, that's all wrong. No, I don't know him. I broke him from the outside." What are you talking about?
And they're like, "That's just shit."
Yeah.
Unwillingness to stand outside of that and shift their opinions based on.
But what is that like? So we've been talking about this for a long time, but I think this is going to be a little more in depth. Like even the COVID thing, I'm still getting people that are like, "You got vaccinated, man. Good luck with dying." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yep.
And then they're like, "Man, just as many people who took the vaccine got COVID and didn't." And I have to explain. That's not how vaccines work. You get the vaccine so when you get COVID, it doesn't kill you. You get the vaccine because you're going to get COVID. Yeah, we're all probably going to get it. But when you have the vaccine, like you didn't get polio or you got whatever the virus got you, and it burned your system out because it was ready to fight it. And they're like, "Oh man, people died with COVID." Yeah.
It's like from the beginning, like, let me explain this for the millionth time, you dumbass.
But is it?
Here's Pence says in this book, same thing. It's with the election. Pence, their other white Jesus, is saying that Trump said to him, direct quote, "You're too honest," about
that's a thing.
Giving the
too
alternate
honest.
Set of electors, putting Trump back. You're too honest. So here you are again in both of their white Jesus's words, and they still are saying that the election was stolen by Biden.
That's even more more. He knew, premeditated. He's admitted right there that Pence and Pence won't testify. Speaking of that, guys, this happened before in the 40s. I know it seems weird, like we've never seen it before. In the 40s, there were a group of senators in Congress who basically were helping send out Nazi propaganda. They have a thing called franking. Basically, their mail is free. They can send out mailers to anybody.
They're mailing hot dogs?
They can send no. God damn it. But the Congress gets their mail for free. They can send out anything they want because it was a law that was designed a long time ago. So people in Congress, because all we used to have was mail, so they can get all their information out to their constituents. So it's free. Well, this one Nazi agent was working with a couple with a publicist and some senators that they were paying, and they were sending out millions of speeches from this senator that were written by this Nazi guy.
So it was like the early Fox News.
Yeah. So this has happened, guys. These guys, 28 of them got indicted. I've been listening to it. It's Rachel Maddow Presents Ultra. No one's told us about this. Dude, when you listen to it, you're going to be like, what the fuck? Yeah. We almost lost the country. There was a group of armed, the silver shirts. There was a group of, a preacher came out, decided to, it was very anti-Semitic. He recruited a bunch of people, called them the silver shirts, like the Proud Boys or the Boogaloo Boys. And they were actually gathering weapons, and they blew up the Hercules gunpowder plant. I mean, there was like 3 things that happened.
That must have been easy, though.
Yeah,
they just threw a match in there.
Well, what happened was that the last thing Hitler wanted was to get involved in the war. So and this is Russia. This is fucking Russia doing. The last thing Russia wants is to get involved. So they've got all this, Bettina, they got all these people from Russia. I mean, Bettina, how fucking far was she in? This is the same shit. The only thing that hasn't happened yet is the indictments. For God's sakes, Merrick Garland, would you do something now? The election is over. Would you just arrest the fuck?
Right. Wake up from your nap.
Either he's got something on Merrick Garland. I don't understand it, but it took a year. It took over a year. And the guy that's researched it, then one of the congressmen went in and said to the attorney general, said, you need to get this guy off this case right now, or I'm going to ruin you. And there was a bunch of senators that said that. So he did it. And then that guy he did it so he didn't get ruined, but he got another guy, got all the information, and they indicted him again. So I have a little bit of faith. We've been through it before, but I hope these guys get arrested now. Isn't it time? Like Boebert, Green. I mean, she was tweeting out 1776 on the day of the insurrection.
Why do we have to go through?
That was Boebert, right?
Boebert, yeah.
The fact that we have to go through cycles of super dumb and gullible is kind of it's discouraging.
It's human nature. Again, it goes down to this: we've cut our education budget. The Republicans, back to Reagan, have slowly cut. I mean, it used to cost you $3,000 to go to college. Yeah. And they just kept taking it down.
We pay teachers less, and we raise the price of education.
More kids into a classroom. Kids get stupid. People get stupider.
In Pence's book, he says that he called him a wimp for you'll go down as a wimp if you don't block certification. I made a big mistake 5 years ago. Well, we know that he called him a pussy, but Pence can't write that.
There's no way.
Because he's a good boy.
Pence's wife edited it.
Yeah, exactly.
His hand wouldn't even...
Mother, can I write pussy? No, you cannot.
He says at the end, I reminded him that I was praying for him the day after he was impeached for the second time. Trump turned to him and said, don't bother. It's been fun. He's such a
asshole.
Yeah, he really is. And Pence said, we'll just have to disagree on 2 things, January 6th and the fact that I'll never stop praying for you. And then Trump turned back to him and said, oh, that's right. Don't ever change, and walked off.
See, when I hear shit like that, Trump's not as dumb as he plays.
No.
He's fucking.
He's a little vicious kind of a.
Yes, he's dumb, dick. But he is conniving.
And mob bossy. I mean, that's, wow.
I'll pray for you. Don't bother.
He's probably a good backroom guy. Don't fucking bother praying for me.
That's the evangelical leader right there.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So I wanted to say something really quick because you guys have been having so much fun talking. There were measures put on the ballot to codify abortion in the states, but there were also 5 states that moved to remove language about slavery that would technically allow slavery, and 4 of the 5 passed the removal. What do you mean, for like history class and stuff?
No, like
they're on the books, like in the law.
Yeah,
They made
slavery not illegal, is what you're saying?
They made it. One state made it not illegal. Or do you want to guess who that is?
Where does Nike make shoes now?
States are voting to end slavery under any term. So it's like how we had the yes or no questions. Yeah. That's 5 states had that on the ballot.
That they're going to end slavery.
Correct.
And they did. And it passed.
Vermont, Oregon, Louisiana, Alabama, and Tennessee.
Slavery is outlawed.
except in one of those states.
Does it start with an A?
The people voted no to
Tennessee?
remove it. No, it was Louisiana.
Louisiana. Wow.
No, we're going to keep that.
Huckleberry Snagglepuss is now the governor of Alabama.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Yeah,
That's unbelievable.
Sarah Huckleberry Snagglepuss. She's just like that. I think someone with a lazy eye should be running Alabama.
She's not Alabama. She's Arkansas. Kay Ivey is Alabama.
Oh, I thought it was Alabama. Kay Ivey. Okay, Arkansas, Alabama. Sorry, there's such a big spread difference in the. I think they're 1 and 2 in the.
They're wildly different.
And education and hey, listen, man, I don't want to shit on these states.
Yes, you do.
Well, only because. Listen, we live in a world of information now. You can find anything in 3 seconds. So many times on Twitter, some guy will hit me, be like, yeah, this is you fucking full of shit. And I'll be like, click, 3 seconds. Here's the fucking article. And here's 9 more that back it up. And then they don't answer anymore. You don't get any more to be a dumb fuck. If you got someone that you voted for and they bury you, but they're Republican, and then they want to get reelected after they just spent 4 years burying you, and you vote them back in, that's on you, dumbass. And I'm tired of it. If Gavin Newsom was fucking our state up, he'd be out. I remember when the guy before Schwarzenegger was not a great governor. He was not at all. He ran up our debt and everything. Voted against him. Like, what you said this. Look at all the states where everything goes wrong. Look at it. It's red states. Who lives in red states? You were talking about rural. You said they're very rural. They're not educated. They don't go to schools.
I said that Steve Kornacki shows the map, right? And you can see what's red and what's blue, where the decisions come in. And the blue, it'll be this big giant state, this size. And the blue will be like this big and this big. But blue will win the state. And it's because those are city centers. They're highly populated city centers. These are all the very rural farms,
just open
very
field.
Far away. Yeah. City centers have culture. They have museums. They have universities.
Theaters.
They're progressive. They have emissions
Newspapers.
laws. They have everything. Okay. Well, I could have just, They have Neiman Marcus.
The wheel.
And so that's
electricity.
Blue. So you've got people, the concentration of education is greater there. You've got that. And then you've got all this rest of the state is red. And it's so strange to me, like how that's all Republican. And then
because
these progressive city centers are Democratic.
It looks so weird when they put it up like that. They need to put population needs because they don't put a little dot. That whole part's red. Yeah, there's 9 people living on 4 farms in that area. You're talking about. So what are you talking about?
And all detached. Physically detached.
Yeah. So, but here's what the Republicans do. And they're like, yeah, man, you don't want to be like them. You don't want to be elitist. Like them cities where people have money and reading. Like that's, I'm just saying though, that's what the Republicans have sold them, that it's people bad to be smart.
People in rural areas read. I'm from the South.
But they vote against removing slavery.
It's bad to be
Louisiana.
Ray, what I'm saying is that the Republican platform is telling people it's bad to be smart. Elitist, the words they use, and it's great to be smart. Education is national security. They're all Harvard educated, Princeton. Yes, you're right. But that's the whole thing. It's a psychological Manchurian candidate. Yeah, totally. They're like, you guys don't want to be like them. Look at them, man. Now what's the new thing? Now they're making they're sexual. We're grooming children in schools. That's the thing they went to now, which nobody's doing. I love that people have this thing where they actually believe that because you believe in helping everybody, for some reason you're raping kids now. Like I don't even know what they're talking about. But that's their big thing they talk about.
Yeah, but that works, right?
But fear.
Child sex trafficking, that's what it was for a long time. Yep. Now we're drinking their adrenochrome or whatever that is.
And the grooming. And
how do you get that? And plus, they just saw that movie, that Stephen King movie you made me watch. The beginning of before I fell asleep.
That's what it was. Sleep time, no sleep. Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep.
That's right. They just took a Stephen King movie because there's no other basis for that.
That is true. They drink the kids' fear. Holy shit, that's where they got it from.
And they would pull the essence out, and then they live forever.
So they think it's a movie.
That's why they stayed young.
They think it's a documentary. Is that what
They
Wait,
must.
so all you people in the United States, if you listen to this at all, please watch that movie and understand that some dickhead just passed that on to you and you bought it. But that's what I don't get. How are you that dumb that you buy the shit they say? JFK Jr.'s coming back. Like, how do you? And then you got Herschel Walker. Like, I don't care who you are. If you're a 4-year-old and you put Warnock and Herschel Walker next to each other and let them talk, as a 4-year-old, you can be like, well, that guy's going to make sure I don't die. That guy's going to kill me or abort me even though I'm born. So it's pretty obvious, and I don't understand. Listen, if there was a side to it, if the Republicans had done something, if like, oh, you know, because of the Republicans we have high speed rail, because of the Republicans, you know, the stock market went up 10,000 points. If it was because if there was something, we did 0 points on the board. If there was points on the board, I could see. But there's no points on the board. They want to take your Social Security. They want to take your Medicare. They actually ran up the debt $7 trillion. They let their guy golf 300 days when shit was getting done. They tripled the trade deficit. They actually bankrupt farmers. We had to subsidize farmers who were, by the way, because China, when he put those tariffs on, China pulled all their money out there. So we're canceling the contracts. Our farmers lost billions. And these motherfuckers are still like, yep, that's my guy. How? Does anyone have any insight? That's why him and I are frustrated. You're smarter than I am, so tell me why. To win? What do you win if you lose?
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing gonna change this. I don't know
Tell
if that's
me
the
why.
lyric.
I don't know the words
They're
either.
stupid in the road.
So
Although you had it.
I love that voice though. I just don't get it. You're not.
They don't read. They just listen to Fox News.
But I know. But what they need to be clear is like the policies the Republicans currently have are taking from you, guy who voted for the Republicans. You like it's not paying attention to what they're doing for me. Like yeah, fuck it, we're gonna Republicans. Yeah, we won. Yeah, and your taxes just went up. That tax cut that Trump keeps talking about for 3 years, it goes.
Do you have any positive news today? Because we talked about this tax as it breaks down last week.
Okay.
I want to hear something about you. Tell me about yourself.
My new show is amazing.
Yeah.
My new comedy show is probably the best thing I've ever done, and there's no politics in it. I have to be honest. It was exhausting to do from Armageddon because of from Armageddon and zero side effects at times. Exhausting. This show has the darkness of it, and people still get uncomfortable at times. But I pull it out totally. But there's no, I don't care where you're from. Like you could, whatever side you believe, this show's not going to affect your opinion at all. You're going to be like, this is, oh fuck, that really happened. Like this, it's a nightmare. How would you describe the new show?
I wouldn't say it's a nightmare. I would say
It's my nightmare. Funny, and told in joke form.
I say it's Norman Rockwell 2.0.
Yeah.
It's like all the things you weren't good enough to pull off then.
Well, you told me that. You know, the show's on its feet because of you. I told you about my sister. I can't tell that story, and you were like, you have to tell that story. And you kept making me. You go, no, you have to. You'll find a way. You'll find a way to tell that story.
This is my fault.
No, you are the inspiration. You are my muse.
We gotta talk about Mic Drop Comedy Club. What a cool ass.
So
club.
we go to San Diego. We do this. So we go. It's Casey and his wife
Casey.
and. So Mic Drop Comedy Club. It's in the suburb of San Diego, and they offered, and because it was Casey, we went. And these guys took this club, and they gave it. It's got this dark Alice in Wonderland theme,
but like very upscale.
Yeah, really well done. Not
Alice
Epcot
in
Center.
Wonderland. Yeah,
almost like rocking into a kick-ass rock club.
Like over some of the booths in the back is a collection of vintage microphones that create a lighting
that have lights in them,
like a chandelier.
Like these old big mics.
So much detail. The whole place is tagged, airbrushed.
But like it's not like it's funny because they kept going, those guys did that with spray cans. I'm like, that's real art. That's not like
they need to hang lavaliers for
like
Titus.
Graffiti art.
Just hang one.
But they shot it. Every wall is covered. It's pretty crazy.
Before the show starts, the Cheshire Cat appears on stage.
Yeah, the smile from the Cheshire Cat appears.
And the eyes.
Cool.
Built into
that's
the
cool.
But you don't know that until they light up, because the eyes are in picture frames and then the smile is in what looks like a fireplace kind of. It's the coolest thing ever. And the food. And
the food was, so they hired the chef. By the way, Mic Drop Comedy Club San Diego, people look it up. You're down in SoCal, lower SoCal, please go check it out. They hired the chef who just got out, this kid who just got out, and but just overall, comedy club food not good.
Ever.
Not
He
good.
just got out of culinary school, not prison, right?
No,
That was
no,
you
no,
about to say?
no. It
Okay.
wasn't
Either
the
one.
culinary school, and he's a chef, and he's like, he had stuff. I was like, I look food where you take a bite and you go, what the fuck? Like I looked at it.
All Hello Fresh. It was
Mic Drop Comedy Club, San Diego. People go there. Go there. You will not be disappointed. Oh, and there's no 2-drink minimum. You can just show up and you're going to drink anyway. They know that.
And they gave us these really nice cold weather matching purple bomber jackets.
It says on the back, Mic Drop Comedy. So I'll be wearing the swag.
He already did. He wore it because it rained here
I did.
the first day.
Oh, that was the jacket. Yeah, I saw that. I love when clubs really do themes well. And
Yeah.
they integrate it into their
Because
brand.
for so long, comedy clubs were like corporate. It was
Just
just
like
it was just a room,
Right.
white. There's some
Cookie
pictures.
cutter.
There's a giant picture of Robin Williams and a giant picture of Richard Pryor and a giant picture, and now the new generation goes, who the fuck are those guys? So and now they got Joe Rogan but this club, and they're gonna do it's a chain, so you should go check it out. They're gonna do Peter Pan. They're gonna do Snow White, all dark. You know how dark it was, like so, and it was really cool.
Yeah,
What do you think? But what I wanted to put on, I wonder if the stage is gonna look like the Snow White. Maybe her in a glass casket.
I wonder if they have any issue with copyright.
It's so
From the
subtle.
branding.
It was nothing overt. That's what was
it's
cool
in
about it.
the vein of if you walked
got
into
it.
her world,
I see.
but there's no.
Yeah.
But the theme is.
It's more old school. It's not Disney. It's old, like grim fairy tales. It's like it's
Public domain character.
I'd like to thank my attorney Highlander for coming on the show today to make sure that we didn't get Mic Drop Comedy Club sued. So definitely nothing was copyrighted, and we did not steal any ideas or materials. Thank you.
This episode brought to you by Liquid IV.
Yay!
I don't know how that segued in.
Perfect.
But, Liquid IV, you guys, if you haven't tried it yet, then you're really behind. And you need it. I've got crap again, like the rain and everything going on, allergies, and so I have been drinking Liquid IV, and I told him last night this is the only thing that makes me feel better or feels good on my throat, helps with my sinuses. I am doing my Liquid IV with water in a tall cup, and then doing a matching sparkling water flavor to go with that. It's very
You've kind of become the master of
it's
the
very
Liquid IV.
lively. When I feel well, I put vodka in there.
Yeah.
Favorite flavor? No?
Oh man, okay. So it was for a long time. Watermelon was done, but now they keep adding flavors. So watermelon, lemon, lime. I love the Concord grape, which you get mad. So she has a tendency to take her flavors and she'll take the envelope and she'll hide them in the back. So I have to eat but I have 3 or 4.
You figured that out.
Sometimes I grab strawberry just because you hit it.
So what are you left with? Like black licorice, and
Exactly.
Brussels sprout,
He
gravel.
loves
I got gravel.
watermelon. He likes lemon lime.
The tropical punch
The
is good.
new tropical punch. I like strawberry, Concord grape, and golden cherry. I love them. Golden cherry is like, that one's harder to come by. So that one with a black cherry Waterloo.
We're becoming like Liquid IV collectors. Like we have, by the way, this is Concord grape.
This is
They only-
limited edition.
Limited edition.
And when people come over and want them, because all our friends want them, especially if we're having drinks, they're
now-
like, "Hey, can I get some of this?"
Now
Throw in a case.
people come over, they have 2 drinks, and hey, can I get one of those IV things?
Yeah, no, get your own. But they'll go in the pantry, and I'll be like, "I'll go for you. I'll pick what you get."
Because we have friends that'll steal it,
You're getting guava.
which is good too, by the way.
It's good, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
But that one was so mild that I was able to give it to Grandma Jean because she was having some issues from chemo when I was at the beach, and she was like, "I don't want to eat." And then she tried it, and she was like, "Oh, that's not too bad." So she liked guava if you like a milder flavor. So what you're getting, put it in 16 ounces of water. It hydrates you twice as fast and more efficiently than water alone, which is the speech I gave Grandma, and you said I was doing an ad for them. It has 5 essential vitamins, B3, 5, 6, 12, and vitamin C, 3 times the electrolytes of regular sports drinks. No GMO, gluten, dairy, soy. Also, they're good people. So they've donated over 25 million servings of this in 50 plus countries around the world. So grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco. They have strawberry right now. Or get 20% off when you shop Better Hydration at liquidiv.com and use code Titus at checkout. That's 20% off of anything with code Titus at liquidiv.com.
It works. It really works.
It really works. Helps before a workout or when you first wake up. Helps before you go to bed. If you had a drink, it helps if you're feeling sluggish. It's like, yeah, so many things.
But also, you don't realize how dehydrated you get sometimes. You ever notice that? Like you're like, oh, I drink one. I'll be like, I feel like shit. Yeah, drink one of those. I feel way better.
Yeah.
When you notice it's too late.
Any results, by the way? Anything else come in?
I don't know, but that pina colada flavor too, that one's good.
That's good too.
With vodka and a pineapple Waterloo and a splash of pineapple juice.
Look what I should pay you to do the drink menu. You could do a grape drink. You could do like a grape drink.
Well, I've with Shauna, I've done tequila. We did jalapeno tequila with lemon lime, liquid IV, some water, and some lemon lime Waterloo club soda. It was good. There's no real new results because the people like Arizona is very behind. Arizona's only 60.
Arizona's counting it like Breaking Bad. They're just on the back as a turtles, just slowly walking.
But like I said, Carrie Lake
you have to tape your thing to a turtle.
Closer. Hopefully, those other 30% are bigger.
Is Carrie Lake getting closer?
0.2 away.
No,
and it was 8 points last night. Yeah. I feel like Lauren Boebert, they're not announcing hers yet because they just don't want to listen to her yet.
Yeah,
And
it's going to go bad.
as far as her, nobody's coming to her rescue. I was telling him that last night. She'll say it was stolen, but it's dumb anyway, just like it was the last election when so many Republicans won other seats like McConnell and McCarthy. But they're not going to come to her rescue. These people, they don't get. She thinks Trump will, but it was never about the Republicans. It was never about an ideology or a movement. It wasn't about the election being safe. It was about him. It was only and always will be about him. And so if she thinks he's going to come rescue her, she is wrong. She will fade away into obscurity. She'll try and get a job, and her husband will show his penis allegedly again to someone, and they'll fade away.
There was something else.
Oh, shit.
Well, until she starts up her
There was, by the way, so a lot of people voted Republican because they were talking about. What? Oh, bad news. All right.
Herschel Walker won.
No, that's going to a
What?
runoff.
What?
I'm trying to find the percentage. We're at 96, so 4% more just came in, and she is now 62 votes behind Adam Frisch.
How in the fuck? God damn it.
So it's 50-50 right now.
Well, in real time, we're going to kill ourselves on the podcast. There was somebody said something. A lot of people vote Republican because they're afraid they're going to be replaced because white people are going to become a minority. And this guy on Twitter said, he wrote that. And then he put, why would that bother you being a minority? Do minorities get treated differently? And it was like, oh, fuck, dude, you just nailed it. Yeah. So, wow. So Boebert could win. They called it last night, said she lost.
No, they haven't. They've never called this
I thought you
election.
said last night you said she lost. I thought last night.
No, I said if she loses, it's going to carry me through a few weeks. And then Carrie Lake bumped onto that. I might make it through Christmas. But Mastriano, that was good, but that didn't last long. But 62 votes. This is why voting is so important. And people are like, my vote doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
California is mostly blue. Colorado's mostly blue. I don't need to. And we're at 62 vote spread right now.
At 96% in.
Yeah.
How much more is coming in from different counties, whatever?
I don't know. I don't have Steve Kornacki to go to.
God, if she wins, I'm gonna be green one. I don't understand why. Why do people want these assholes who are obviously unqualified?
What kind of nightmares are these people?
I just don't. But I mean, what is it? I wish someone, guys, if you have an answer to this, you have relatives that have told you why, please tell us because I don't get it. I just don't get it. I want competence.
I think that there's so many democratic ideologies that have come out that are so far left to these rural people, mostly I say it again. I think it has to do with gender stuff and gay stuff. Gay stuff sounds fun. We're doing gay stuff.
To all of us.
Sounds like fetus with bed stuff. And so they seized on that and they pounded on it. The drag queens are going to read your kids' stories. And I mean, okay.
No, they said drag queens are grooming your kids when all they were doing was story hour with the kids.
Yeah, I know.
It's
so now
crazy.
you got people with guns outside of the library. So, you know, I think that it's mania. And I see, even with grandma, fear. She hangs out with certain people a little more often in our family, and her perspective changes, and it's driven by fear of that other, that unknown.
But I don't even understand why people even care. There's nobody grooming. I mean, Democrats are honestly, it's the nicest people I know, the most caring, most empathetic. They're not going to hurt any kids.
Again,
in fact, the Republicans we keep finding out that another Republican, like some guy lost his whole thing because he was going. I forget, it was recently they put it up. If
they were so concerned and so worried about it, wouldn't they be looking into it? Like, where did this happen? How did this happen? Why? And then they would have discovered, oh, it's not. It's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, because anger feels like power. Because anger feels like power, and the truth feels like, oh, I was wrong. Yeah, and people don't want to do that. Anger feels like
they don't
power.
Want to confront their mistakes,
and also they're like righteously angry. They're righteously like these guys are. The kids are getting hurt, and that one guy showed up at a fucking pizza parlor with a gun. That supposedly Hillary Clinton was running a sex trafficking ring from the basement, and the pizza parlor didn't have a basement. This was mania. That's the word. But that's
kind of what we were talking about, because then when the truth comes out, they just move on.
They just move on to the next craziness.
Pivot and move. That's it. And so there's never an acknowledgement of, oh man, we're kind of nutty.
Yeah, our track record's bad.
We got you guys all riled up, and that was crazy. They just go to the next thing. Yeah. And so it's the same with COVID. You know, now you look at people with long COVID, you look at, you know, what researchers and epidemiologists are saying about what, you know, we have no idea what's coming out in the next 10 years. There was this TED talk kind of thing in China. I watched a clip of it, and the guy's saying that, you know, in 10 years, our population will be decimated because of COVID. He was explaining why he's fine with the lockdowns in China.
That's why China's not doing it because they don't want people to get sick now. They're doing it because they don't want their entire population to, because
they're thinking ahead.
Because we're screwed.
Yeah.
And they're seeing the blood clots and the myocarditis and all these other things that are coming up from long COVID. And we're moved on. Yeah. Even in San Diego, not one person was wearing a mask. Everywhere we go now, it's just everybody's moved on. I'm the weirdo if I'm wearing a mask.
There's a couple other people, like if I go to the supermarket, and I see 3 people in there, and we're like,
yeah, we do the nod, like, oh, you're not a moron. Cool.
You got you, brother.
Yeah.
This episode also brought to you by Highlander's favorite company, HelloFresh.
Oh, yeah.
Did you make your meal last week?
I put it in the freezer. I didn't have time to make it.
Okay, what did you make from the box?
I made the chicken.
Okay, which one was that? I forget. The Dijon chicken.
Yes, it was. Yes,
that is.
Was that the bread?
I love
with the
that.
breaded stuff on it.
It's got Dijon mustard and then the French fried onions
on the outside, that
crumbled on top, and then the green beans you roast and the garlic toast. That one is really good, and that one takes. About literally, 5. I was gonna say.
Yeah, she was happy with that one.
From opening the bag to sitting down to eat.
Yeah. Because he said you came home and I was finishing working out, and I said, "Oh, I'll just make this really quick," because we had decided what we were going to eat. And you said, "Are you sure you want to do all that?" And I was like, "No, I got it." And 5 minutes, I went up, jumped in the shower, came back, and it was done, and we ate. I love that one. That's a quick, easy one.
HelloFresh has not disappointed me in one meal, not once.
Yeah.
Did you do the burger?
No, I got that one.
Still
in the wings.
It's a white cheddar Wonder Burger.
Mm-hmm. White cheddar Wonder Burger. It sounds good.
We made that one time. We made the pork. We don't really eat a lot of pork, but we ate it was a Gouda and sriracha onion pork burger.
It was quite good.
So stupid. That was the first one where we were like, holy shit.
Yeah. I'm waiting till I don't have Wyatt, so I can set up candles for myself. And just
kick yourself a nice meal.
Are you going to put a mirror across from you?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, I'll work that in.
Yeah. Okay. And then
put on a disguise.
You got something right here.
Yeah. So do you.
You got it.
This helps, especially especially because we're in fall and holiday season. We put up our Christmas tree already because we're not playing around 2022. And so the stuff comes to your house. You don't have to go anywhere. You can pick your recipes every week. If you don't, they'll pick some of their top ones for you. We do 3 meals for 2 people. You can do 4 meals for 4 people. You can adjust it and pick your recipes, the ones that you love. It also changes your cooking. You learn things that you never learned before.
True that.
Yeah, definitely.
Again, I'll say get a zester. You're going to need it. They also now have vegan recipes every week on the menu. So that's for a lot of people that...
We should change our order. We should do that. We should try that.
Okay. They have a market now with rotating items that you can buy that are already made. They have a dessert board. That's really awesome. Pumpkin spice, people. So go to HelloFresh.
I like she stopped doing the commercial and started reading the menu. She just started reading.
I do like to go. I like to go and look and see what
the
they
next
have.
one now.
You were like, ooh.
I do. I like to see what they have. So go to HelloFresh.com/Titus65 and use code Titus65 for 65% off plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/Titus65 using code Titus65. You get 65% off plus free shipping. America's #1 meal kit.
I like if you are counting your macros, like I am, and how you learn how to cook the sides, like the side vegetables, like, and it's super quick. You can add that extra bulk and mass to your meal while you're just keeping your macros down.
Yep.
It's a game changer.
You don't realize you're learning.
Yeah.
And you're learning stuff. I do love that.
Food's good.
Was that your stomach growling?
No.
When you heard HelloFresh.
It might have been Groucho's. Somebody's stomach growled. Yeah, I'm going to be really disappointed if Lauren Boebert stays in. I really need some faith in humanity to be believed.
Well, Mastriano, I mean, but if Carrie Lake, when I saw her coming back, I was like, oh man, listen, I don't care if it's a Republican. Don't be a psychopath.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I don't care. Have a good policy, care about Americans.
Yeah.
Want to move it forward. But these guys are like, in the election, I keep asking, please show you have Carrie Lake, Marjorie Taylor Greene. They all said, we have the proof of election fraud.
Yeah.
Please present that shit. Where is it then?
Yeah.
Because I want to know too.
Right.
So the weird part is that Kentucky, Rand Paul won, and Rand Paul is one of the most unpopular people in Kentucky, but he won his seat back. There is in Texas.
I think that a lot of people aren't voting in Kentucky.
Well, ESS, so Dominion voting machines are most of the country, but I think it's Kentucky, Texas, and Tennessee, Florida are ESS machines, voting machines. Florida refused to let the election monitors into Florida. Did you know that?
I'm not doing this.
I'm just saying.
I'm not doing this because then you're no better than them. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but they always project though. They always say what they're doing.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's an admission. Why don't we get the cyber ninjas on?
I'm just saying, why wouldn't you let the election monitors come into Florida?
Because he doesn't let anybody do anything, because he's like the czar of Florida and thinks that he's a badass telling everybody everything. So
Okay.
I'm not doing it. I'm not even going down that road. I'm so tired of people. So Kentucky is 86% white, 8% Black or African American, Asian 1.5.
Does it have the age demographic too?
I don't know.
I'm guessing Kentucky's old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kentucky.
No one 16 is like, I don't care. I want to stay here.
Yeah. The Gen Z's out. They left.
No, but I do know that Kentucky has it's very disparate income spread. So you've got rich,
elite,
the elites, and then really poor. They're the highest on the poverty.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? That was him, wasn't it?
Or was it me? I don't know.
I didn't burp. No, what?
No, your stomach.
Oh, maybe.
We talked about HelloFresh and it's been Kentucky, isn't it the highest?
It's in the top 5.
Poverty.
Yeah, and it's been like that. That's why, and they keep electing Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul, and I keep going. Nothing's changing. Why? This is what I say when I get frustrated. Why do you continue to vote against yourself? Why do you continue to vote people that are fucking you over all the time? They're not changing your life. They're not helping it better. They're not rebuilding you. Why do you keep doing it? I would
just guess
Their life
I guess
has
what
improved.
I'm getting at, I would guess that there's no Stacey Abrams movement there.
Right.
And I don't mean for minorities as in black or white. I mean very poor, less educated versus the Mitch McConnells of Kentucky. So I would bet you a lot of
There's no
people
Katie
that
Porter.
would vote Democrat are not voting. They're not being educated to vote, how to register. I mean, that most people, it just seems like an insurmountable thing that they know nothing about, which took Stacey Abrams going around grassroots and getting.
Do you know it'd be
people to vote.
great? And the Republicans, we should have voting day where you have to vote. If you part of your job as an American citizen, we don't care who you vote for, but part of your job as an American citizen is you have to vote.
It's part of like your job.
Yeah, it's
like
part. It's part
the
to be a
nation takes the
citizen.
day.
To be like jury duty.
Yeah.
To be a citizen in this
Why
country.
wouldn't we just do it on Saturday?
Right.
What's wrong?
No, don't take
Right.
Saturdays. That people
No,
you know, work
we
their ass
give a
off
Monday.
Saturdays.
We'll give a Monday
Yeah.
or Tuesday. You get voting day off. We do a 4-day weekend.
Then they get to look forward to the day. They get to I'll
this
vote in
voting day
line on a Monday.
happens.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, if everybody, it's like the park's up, you know, like taco trucks, all the food trucks are lined up. What are you doing? Oh, we're all go voting, man. It's Monday and Tuesday.
It should be a celebration. That's the day we get to exercise our
especially when you got
power.
China and Russia and those other countries and North Korea. It should be like, let's celebrate what badasses we are that we have democracy.
We still have Columbus Day.
So the highest percentages of poverty in the country: Mississippi, Louisiana, New Mexico, Arkansas, West Virginia, Alabama, Kentucky, and South Carolina, Oklahoma. Okay.
Top 10, all red states, right? No. One of them's blue.
Mississippi. Well, it depends. West Virginia kind of goes back and forth. What's New Mexico?
But New Mexico's blue. So 8 out of 10. 8 out of the top 10 poverty states are red states. If you also look up crime, it's also 8 out of the 10 top crime states are red states.
Kevin McCarthy's district, that includes Bakersfield
Yep.
here, is
one of the top 10 cities for crime in the country, and they keep bitching about crime. Well, what the fuck are you guys doing about it?
Which is amazing because there's not that many people living in those areas.
People buy it.
Mississippi
though,
is the highest poverty rate. Louisiana, New Mexico, and District of Columbia. Those are the top 4.
You know what makes me sad is we have enough to actually make it all work. We actually have enough in this country to make it all work. You know, people are complaining about gas prices, but Biden doesn't set gas prices, and Trump doesn't set gas prices.
Yeah.
And yet people, W didn't set them. And these companies are just now making up for 3 years of pandemic.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Raping everybody.
Trying to recoup their
I'm
losses.
with you, by the way. I don't want to talk about this anymore either. I want to get away from this. I wish, but what we're seeing.
We were starting to talk about the same.
We're just seeing the unraveling of America, and I thought when Trump was gone, it would stop, and it's not. It's
I
not.
felt better after last night, actually.
Well, I do. Well, especially when we thought we were going to lose 25 seats. Because I want the adults in charge.
But also, this is a commentary on Trump and how far his influence
far-reaching.
extends.
Mhm.
God knows if the media has it their way, he's going to be influential
Yeah,
forever.
Yeah.
If they'll write him right into the election in 2024. I'm so sick of them talking about him. They've already flipped today. Today they had a split screen of DeSantis and Trump. Who's going to get the nomination? Trump was mad. Trump called him. Who cares? I'm so tired of it. But I did think that this was a nice commentary. I thought it was nicer when I was sure Lauren Boebert was going to lose.
Yeah.
I think the 24-hour news cycle has ruined the country.
Yeah.
Because what happens is they don't just report the news. They have to fill 24 hours. So they have to make shit up, and they have to have guests on that are. Here's my opinion. I don't give a fuck about your opinion.
Yeah. Then they just
Shut up. And
Here's my witty little quip that I thought
we
of
love
too.
we love
waited
everybody.
for you to come to me to make the joke, even if it's no longer relevant.
Everybody thinks of something they're gonna say. Oh man.
Ram, ram, wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, and that's why you have so many polls being reported.
Opinions,
Because they have to-
feelings,
well,
thoughts,
so-
ideas.
Supposedly, a bunch of Republican PACs got together and started their own polls, and that's why the polls were so off.
Oh.
Yeah, they started their own polls, and so they were skewing everything, thinking people were going to be like, "Well, I got to vote for that guy because everybody says that guy's popular." We need education. We need to just educate this country. God.
Well, we have some states that are doing. California, for example, your first 2 years undergrad for free if you're a resident. I left last night also being very proud that I live in California. I am a Southern girl, a I was my whole life. I lived in many different southern states. I went to college in the South, and I am proud to be a Californian. 16 years now. One of my friends, I had lunch with Janine and Mahogany, and Janine said, the only way to protect yourself is to not leave California.
Yeah.
And I thought, it's true, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Gavin got reelected, thank God. We have a surplus. We use a lot of that surplus to pay for these states that I just listed.
$238 billion a year we send across the country in our federal taxes to pay for Tennessee and Louisiana.
Kentucky,
and it goes
South
Kentucky,
Carolina,
Alabama. Yeah, they get all their money.
Mississippi. We're now moving in as the 4th largest economy in the world.
Yep.
We're displacing Germany. So, okay, keep talking shit about California. We're so upset.
And you're welcome.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're welcome that you can turn the water on.
It
You're
hurts
welcome.
so much.
We have the closest version of universal health care here, too.
But wouldn't that see that? But now we're back to dumb. If you saw that, wow, that state over there, where those people are liberal, they believe in liberal things, they help each other, they do this, and what if the homeless problem?
You get 2 years free of college. You can get what's basically universal health care under covered California.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to pay some extra taxes, but that's how it works. You pay the taxes that pay for all that stuff.
Right. So yes, it's more expensive to live here, but then again, we get the surplus that we have, and our roads. Well, we need to fix our roads too.
They do fix them though. Regularly.
I'm not saying California. Yeah, I think it's done in a day or two. Sometimes
constantly is out there. They just repaved our neighborhood.
I just wish these people would look and go, because look around your state, then come to California, drive around a little bit.
Here's the other thing too that I think is interesting is that we had a drought. Pretty bad drought.
Still
and
have a
Kevin but it peaked because of the temperatures, record heat this summer. And you had people like Kevin McCarthy and Ted Cruz tweeting, making fun of us because they were saying that if we didn't pull back our water usage, they were going to have to do rolling blackouts and shut down the grid. And they were making fun of us. Well, here's what happened.
Here's what Californians did.
They did it. We actually pulled back like 60 billion gallons of water. It was record low water usage since they started tallying it in 1963.
Yeah. Our lawn
because
looks
someone asked us. Yeah. But someone goes, hey, other people need your help too.
Yeah.
Can you not do this? And so everybody
collectively
did not do that.
Okay.
And it's a record since they started counting water usage in 60 years, whatever. And we had no blackouts. I mean, I'm good. I'll live here. Shout out to Gavin Newsom.
But shout out to Californians for doing that. We did it.
Gavin Newsom has an ex like you.
Ugh. He's now with Don Jr. Wow.
Get
this
out of
episode
town.
brought
Really?
to you by a Californian Athletic Greens. This product is absolutely incredible. I had mine this morning.
As did I.
Well, you did. If I hand it to you, you have it. Otherwise, you're like, I don't get Athletic Greens anymore. It's on the shelf. Athletic Greens is super easy. You just add a scoop into your water, your shaker bottle, shake it up. It tastes good. You can sip it if you want. It's like a tropical fruity kind of flavor.
You don't have to force down a green drink. It's like, for my health. It's like, oh, it's fine. I didn't even think I was talking to you while I was drinking.
I used to force one down for my health because the benefits of this product are so worth that, but you don't have to, which is
no, you used to force down the old stuff.
That's what I mean. I would hold my nose so you get easy to drink, easy to use. You get 75 high quality vitamins, minerals.
How many?
75.
Wow.
High quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods. So when I say that, I mean, you can look at the list, but it's like kale, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. So if you're not getting all of your vegetables, you don't eat enough vegetables or whatever, this helps fill in that empty space in your nutrients. I like it for gut health. Yep. I like it for energy. I like it for recovery. It helps me recover. It helped when I'm not feeling great or if I had one too many vodkas.
It just makes me feel better.
I like vodka. It makes me feel better. Yeah, it really does. And I love that it's a high quality product. So it's non-GMO, no chemicals or artificial anything in it. You should go on their website and read what's in it. It's kind of amazing. And helps with mental clarity and alertness, which you definitely notice. You're
on
so
myself.
sensitive to this stuff. Yeah, no, not on me.
Yeah,
You
you're
haven't
on top
noticed
of it.
that.
No, what?
Also, vitamin D in the
Helps me
dropper.
do math. Athletic Greens.
No, it doesn't. Nothing helps you do math.
Could have used this and
Nothing else you do, math. That's effed up.
The guy that founded it was having gut health issues, like so many people in America are. And with everything that he was taking, it was costing him over $100 a day.
Wow.
So he
holy shit.
shrunk it all down into this one little scoop a
Yeah.
day. So you should try it. That's what we're saying. It's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with daily nutrition. Now more than ever, cold, flu, COVID season, RSV season, everything. You don't have to take a bunch of pills or supplements. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of the immune supporting D that I told you about in the dropper bottle and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Titus. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/Titus to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
I'm going to have her reading the copy.
Those
Very nicely done.
travel packs are pretty damn convenient too.
I every time we do the ads, and I know we do ads because, we don't charge anything. We don't have a Patreon. I love that they're at the stuff we use. Like before I came here, I had my Athletic Greens. We use HelloFresh all the time. I have at least 2 liquid IVs a day.
Yeah. Liquid IV, Athletic Greens, that's a daily routine thing.
Yeah.
HelloFresh, when we're off the road and we get that, it's like Christmas when it shows up on the
Yeah.
doorstep. It's like, what are we going to make this week? Especially when I forget to pick my recipes.
Crick Mix is coming.
It is, yeah.
And our tree is up. We have violated the laws of nature, but we saved a tree this year.
So last year he offered me a deal.
Uh-huh.
And he
What's
said,
that?
he said,
Idris Elba.
if you know,
Okay.
he never has offered Idris. Damn it.
Was that hall pass?
I get it. You won't let me send any pictures out. I would send pictures out of you, but you won't let me send any pictures out.
We make a handsome couple. Can they see that?
Yeah.
They can,
Yeah.
you and Ryan really do look handsome together. You're a pretty couple. So he said, if you will agree to get an artificial tree,
Yep.
one of those Balsam Hills situation,
I told her she demanded a high quality one.
we'll put it up early.
What's early?
Well, it's up now, so
The day
it's
after
pretty damn
Thanksgiving.
early.
Day after Thanksgiving.
Halloween.
Sorry, Halloween.
Halloween. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the party.
We didn't negotiate terms of
Mhm.
dates, but he just said, we'll put it up early because he hates getting it, putting it in the truck,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
unloading it, dragging it in. I hate cleaning it up. I told him that my mom would kill me. She would just roll over, and I cannot have a fake tree that goes against everything that my family has always stood for my whole life. And then he came in with, we'll get the tree for the kitchen area.
Yep. Like a little one.
A little one,
Uh-huh.
real. Because we've
Oh,
always
got
we've
it.
always
Yeah,
had
yeah.
two,
Yeah.
but the little one can still be real.
It's like a Christmas rehab program that I put on.
Oh, yeah,
It's
wean
like,
'em off.
I just had to weed
Uh-huh.
her
Yeah, but
away
the
from all
little
the
one we
mess
can
and the horror.
go and they cut it and we literally walk out with it by its neck.
Next
But-
year's just a pine cone.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown, yeah.
So you get the real tree. I love the experience of going to get the tree. Grandma's usually here. She's not going to be here again this year, I don't think. But so it's a whole experience. We go get Christmas drinks at Starbucks,
Yep.
and
You've actually changed my whole thing about Christmas. My Christmas year with we've talked about this. My Christmas thing was never great,
Mhm.
and now I'm like, wee.
Yeah.
And you make his,
Yeah.
make it right way.
The
It's
same
good.
thing.
Yeah.
We do right after
you
Halloween.
give him a giant garbage bag.
No,
hell no.
we're overdoing your Christmas now.
Yeah.
Man,
We start early.
We've
What do
made
you
up.
guys? Okay, wait. What do you guys do after Halloween?
Usually that night we break out the decorations.
Really?
Halloween. Yeah. Yeah. And since we have an artificial tree,
Oh, so you know,
It's a
you're
box.
already, yeah.
plop it down.
So
open it up, boom.
we're on Team Christmas, motherfuckers. We are Team
You
Christmas.
get it.
We are
cracking.
all Team Christmas.
We are super Team Christmas.
So we were at Mic Drop, and it was the last night we were there, and he said, when we get home on Sunday, we're going to put up the tree. It wasn't even my idea. It was his idea. So here
I
we
know
are.
you. I know you wanted it up. And so I drug it out. I found it, drug it out, put it up.
You found it. You
I just
had to hunt and
because
gather.
it's a Christmas tree. You use it once a year, right? You put it, it goes way back in the thing, and you got,
Yeah.
it's not fun to get out.
We start Christmas music at like, wow, man.
Oh, my
sometimes
God, we're-
summertime.
Oh my
We throw
God!
on a
She sat in
Christmas
front of the TV
playlist.
while just Hallmark, just taping on the DVR Hallmark movies, and I'm like, you can stop now. No, we only have 11. I know we have 11. That's 22 hours of Christmas
they're
movies.
making a lot. So I have to see them all.
And I've started writing one. I'm writing one called Claus. I'm writing a Christmas movie. I don't know if it'll sell or not, but we'll do what we can.
Aren't you writing another movie?
I'm writing Down. I have 3 movies after. I'm writing Drawdown. I'm writing a movie called Alpha. Another movie called Dad. That's his tentative title, and then Claus. I
That's
have 4
4.
scripts. I have 4.
I have 3 movies this
I
month.
have 3 this many. 1, 2, 3
2.
extra.
Exclamation point.
Where's my F-rated green?
So you guys start decorating.
Yeah.
Did you already at home? No? Or are you behind this year?
We were a little behind this year, so but we usually
Have we
do.
inspired you to get your ass home and put up your Christmas decorations?
Yeah. We
Damn
just.
it.
I say
we're-
this. I came down the stairs. You got to remember, Christmas was a fight my whole life.
Uh-huh.
Was a fight. My dad did not want it. He just was not. Nope. And then we'd go to Aunt Aunt Kathy's house, and she had a beautiful setup.
Of course.
And he was like, "No fucking tree in his house." Bah. So
Really?
there's a lot of bah going on. So I walked down and put the tree up, and it's and we come downstairs, and it was lit, and I don't know. You come downstairs and like, it's just, I don't know. There's something about like.
See, my dad wasn't necessarily against it, right? It wasn't like outwardly against it.
No,
And
my
I
dad was outwardly
I had a big. I'm one of 6 kids,
Right.
so the Christmas vibe was there, but it was like always, the day or the leading up to it. It was like the problems were exposed, the alcoholism and the abuse and we don't have to get into that, but
Yeah.
So it wasn't your favorite time.
No.
I had literally had Christmas PTSD for a long time.
Yeah.
As it got closer, I'd get stressed.
Yeah.
He got really stressed.
Because it would stress my dad out, and
Yep.
so he would get stressed, and then he was worse, and then he would drink more, and I remember
he
thinking,
was not stronger than my will.
yeah, no, you
And Mom,
made me trust Christmas because you didn't bring any hell to it. You're like, it's okay. No, what is this? I'd get weird about presents.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
well,
do.
same. Yeah.
you do.
I'm better now.
You're better, but there's still some weirdness.
Yeah.
It's like I'll say, let's open presents, because he and I usually do it alone. Like if we have people staying at the house or when we had the kids, we would wait and do it Christmas night alone because there's so much chaos and he's stressed and then we sit down and he's still stressed.
Mhm.
And then I look over and like, we'll do the stocking first and he's like, everything's unwrapped and sitting next to him and he's just staring at me. And I'm like, okay,
we
we could-
relax it.
yeah. And like, watch each other, see what.
I'm better now. I'm better now. I like Christmas now. Not that I didn't like it. It just was never.
You do a little shopping ahead of time, but
Yeah.
you really make magic happen on Christmas Eve.
I am starting.
You disappear
I've started.
and come back.
I've already started. I'm way ahead of you this year.
No, you're not.
Oh yeah, I am.
Trust me. July, baby.
So that's that. By the way, these people scare me. So I had an aunt. My aunt would actually start. She would all year. She would actually start in January, like because of the sales and stuff.
Yeah.
But she'd store it for a year.
Right. But then you can get decorations for like,
That's
a penny.
Yeah.
That's
pennies
the
on the
best time
dollar.
to get those.
Yeah.
What's your problem?
I don't know. I'm also want to know what you want for Christmas. That's the other thing. Just tell me what you want.
Oh, that kind of stress. Oh.
That's stress.
I felt like when I got old.
Oh. I
Really?
give him a hyperlinked list. I'm not kidding. You click,
Here
you
it
click
is.
here.
Okay,
Oh.
so yeah, so she's
I
obviously,
hyperlinked
she's
so
obviously
he
got
could just-
something in my computer because sometimes I'll be looking, Craig's looking at Hot Rods or whatever, and it'll be like Bink Louboutin.
Like,
He has gotten
Google
me
ad?
for
What is it?
Christmas. Like one year I was looking at these sweatshirts, 2 of them. I put them in my wish list. and never thought about him again. And then he gave them to me a month later for Christmas. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But he said they
Santa
kept
algorithm.
appearing next to his email and he was like, oh, those would look good on Ray. For whatever reason, all my stuff gets
Algorithm Santa.
Yes.
Just shows up.
exactly.
Checking the algorithm and checking it twice.
Because of everything you search for this podcast, get some weird shit suggested to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
MREs and
I
weird.
think of that. If you ever, like, every time we'll do some crazy thing about terrorism, we'll do
Yeah.
and I'll do to write it. I'll go through like the darkest sites to find out what was going to,
Naked Trump.
yeah, naked Trump from me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you went down my browser history, if they'd be like, dude,
Domestic terrorism.
yeah, he's obviously insane. Because if you would do just write the Armageddon update, you would go down the list of crazy shit and be like, I don't even know, because none of it really matches depending on the week to week. It doesn't really-
Saudi
Mitch
Arabia, hot
McConnell
rods,
as
and-
Daffy Duck. It's like all these weird things that you guys both search.
Ron DeSantis go-go boots. What's going on?
What is your stress?
My.
I think we both have PTSD from our early lives.
Yeah. And I guess I like kind of want to create an entire environment now.
Yeah.
Like I go through a whole, like, I wanted to wake up and I decorate the hallway
Yeah,
leading, and
yeah.
I put Post-it notes and the whole thing, and we do the whole Elf on the Shelf, and
Oh, yeah.
so I have to handwrite. Okay, he can't hear this. I handwrite the letters as the elf.
Does he not know yet?
Yeah, I'm sure he knows now, but I went all out.
I don't know what Elf
but-
on the Shelf is.
It's a newer tradition. It's a little elf. You have to buy him, and he appears in different places every morning leading up to Christmas. When the kids are like leading up to Christmas, kids walk in and find him.
Yeah.
My brother had one wrap the toilet in Christmas wrapping paper. He had one where the elf was face down in sugar on the kitchen counter.
They passed out later.
Yeah. And there's a note, right?
This
It
is-
was a
that's
wild night, you
that's
know.
a kid-
But
that's
it's
a
the
good
elf
idea.
again is there and doing or has done something, and they get to find where he is.
So like on day 20, you're just like, God, fucking out of where you're out of spots. But
My friend Jasmine got Jasmine is Armenian, very light-skinned, blonde, jazzy. And the store had a black elf on the shelf. That's all they had left. So that's what she got. And her kids, Kaylani and Carly, thought that all elves were black, which I don't think is a, bad thing to think. Everybody's been white for so long.
Yeah, but elves can be. We have multiracial elves.
Yes. But they thought that they were only.
Unless you're in Denmark. Is Denmark?
yeah,
Sweden.
they're just made of Legos.
What was that
or
thing we
something.
did? What was that? Black Pete.
Oh. The
Oh,
Netherlands.
yeah.
The Netherlands. Yikes.
The Netherlands. So,
Santa has it. No, the elves are black. They work for Santa. Hold on.
Oh,
Stop.
oh.
Stop.
if you guys don't know this story, we had a Christmas party one year, and
They
several
diverted.
of our closest friends are black, and we had another girl come from the Netherlands, and we think was probably on ecstasy.
Something. She was on something.
She was definitely on something because
fun.
she was rubbing on his arm like this. You'd all be having a normal conversation, and then she went over and got on CJ's arm,
Yep.
and Janine was like, this bitch. And then she starts telling our friends about this tradition in the Netherlands called Black Pete, where all the very white people paint their faces black.
They go
and out
blackface.
in the street. And
to commemorate Santa's elves. And basically, as the story unravels, we realize you're talking that the elves are slaves,
Slave labor.
and they work for the white guy. And this we lived this story.
And she defended it. No, you don't understand. They love to work for no pay. Well, Janine is a former attorney, and she was just like nailing her with. So
Probably the funniest, most uncomfortable Christmas I've ever
we
had.
still talk about it. I went to lunch with Janine and Mahogany that's who I was at lunch with on Monday, and we talked about Black Pete because she goes. I said, "Do you guys want to do a Christmas party again this year, Christmas Eve? Because they're our family, and so we do like a family Christmas thing on Christmas Eve." And she goes, "Yeah, of course." And she goes, "But who are you going to invite this year?" And I thought she didn't want me to invite someone, and she goes, "Oh no." She said, "You need to make it live." She just texted me something about it, but basically, it makes it lively.
She wants an agent of chaos at the agent of chaos. She wants somebody who comes in and just goes.
She said, "I mean, who's going to be the entertainment?" And I thought it's kind of like Dinner for Schmucks, right? Like,
with the house of two comedians.
That was really weird. I remember that night, man. I did what I rarely do. I didn't try to stop it. I saw it unraveling because Janine did this as this head thing. Where
Janine does not need any help.
And I saw it. I could have stopped, but it just wasn't going to stop. And I let it go. And we got in this it lasted about an hour talking about black people. And every time she tried to explain it, it got worse.
You mean works for the fat white guy with the whip? The one who has the whip also?
It got worse, dude. It just kept getting worse. And at one point I was pretty hysterical.
We did a white elephant one year, and a friend's sister came unannounced and uninvited and didn't bring a gift, but started playing even though she didn't bring a gift, remember? And was really drunk. She showed up really late, right like at the beginning of the game, really wasted. And a fight over a Costco set of knives ensued like I've never seen before, which Janine was in the center of as well. And I said that to her on Monday. I go, "Oh, remember she took your knives?" And she goes, "I got them back."
Yeah.
Like that. She goes, "We use those knives every day." And I was like, okay. So that's what she wants. She wants the variable to make the game more interesting.
I don't know, man.
Sounds like a Republican thing to do.
I don't know.
Bring in the nightmare.
It is very Dinner with Schmucks. I didn't think about it, but we always invite some people. Somebody.
We never meant to.
Somebody. But just provide enough people where somebody. There's just percentage wise, someone's going off the rails.
The box of tampons
for that.
What?
For that. Yeah.
So our white elephant gives people bring like we have like a $50 limit, but
it should be a decent
people bring
gift.
Nice. Yeah. A nice gift, This girl who we didn't know was
came with a friend
and wrapped a box of tampons and then proceeded to play the game and she took the best gift. She actually fought because we had thrown in $100 Amazon gift card as a bonus, and she fought the person and took it.
Yeah.
Is this like a prank gift? Was this a troll? Trying to be a troll?
It was weird.
I don't know, man. By the way, sometimes these things follow this thing. Yeah, man, thanks for inviting me to the party. Can I bring somebody? And when you hear that, you're like, well, hey, we got somebody.
The girl,
is that a burp? Oh.
No, I almost said her name.
Oh, right.
I said the girl, and then I, thank God, stopped myself. Had at that time been married to a comedian and he was on the road. She came alone, the girl from the Netherlands.
Yes.
And my uncle, the one I told you that we found from New York, still talks about her too. On Sunday, I was on the phone with him for a long time, and he said, "Are you going to invite someone like that this year again too?" He wanted me to. She kept standing in front of him, my aunt said.
And dropping
things over and over and over. She was on something. And then bending over to get it without bending her knees. So keeping her legs straight.
Wow.
But kept doing it, and my aunt was like, "This bitch." So all the women at the party, we talked later, and it was a thing apparently so he wants us to invite
now that I can get behind
her.
What? Wait a minute. All right, guys, before we go any further, we have Highlanders fun facts. Highlanders fun facts. Highlanders. He's like improv shitty singing.
Here's a country that seems to care about its citizens, and not only its citizens, but its citizens' pets.
Okay.
In Switzerland, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig because they crave social interaction so much. In their natural habitat, they live in groups and are very communicative.
So wait.
You have to have
to own
two.
at least two.
Aww.
Well, that's weird. All right, everybody down. You have one guinea pig. Get in the car.
This is Sweden.
Get in the car. You're supposed to have a two guinea pig. So why don't you take the guinea pig and put it in the car? And slowly drifting to Asia. I can do an impression.
I did Hitler.
Well,
I was like, this is a slam dunk for a Swiss accent.
You know something? We found out that the rumor is that you only have
It's Asian. You went Asian. He always goes Asian.
you only have one a guinea pig. So we're going to take that guinea pig and give it a body.
Get at the buddy.
Listen, I learned my Swedish accent from the chef from the Muppets.
Was that what you were doing?
Hands behind-
Yes,
He's Swedish though, not
Right.
I guess it's
it's
Yeah.
the same.
neighbor.
Don't confuse
Right down the
him.
street.
Same.
Don't confuse him.
Both
So
starts with
Florida tour,
SW. When two words start with SW, you can't.
Orlando,
Guys, do me a favor.
West Palm, Tampa, then Happy Thanksgiving, and then Philly coming up December 1 through 3rd.
Helium.
Helium. Also, Boise Knitting Factory is on sale. Seattle Neptune is on sale. These are at the end of December, 16th, 17th, 18th, and Twin Falls Orpheum Theater.
Guys, come see the show. The new show's great. Ray's show. Holy crap. You did, man. You headlined on Thursday. Okay, so the club is so nice, and it's not that big. It's like 220 seats, so which means it's really tight, which is great for comedy.
Yeah.
And Bombshell's telling this story at Beauty Fresh about her mom and her. And I have to be honest, man. I hysterical the whole time, but you got me when you got to the dark parts. You got me. I was like,
Also, it's a very funny show. You won't.
very funny show.
Also, Crest, Sacramento just went on sale.
Yeah,
January.
We will be whoring those. We have to whore those. We're gonna
But
be
that's a new announcement. Crest, Sacramento. We haven't been there in.
What date is that?
It was before COVID.
What
The
day is it?
21st of January, I believe.
21st of January, Crest Theater. Yeah.
And we've got Chico, El Rey Theater on sale, and Fresno Tower Theater. These are all theaters that we haven't been able to go to since COVID. So
Guys, new show, Carrying Monsters. It's awesome. I actually like this one. This one. I enjoy doing this one. You know, you've noticed I like this one because the stories are so real, and I'm still so close to all the stories.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's therapy. Come pay to see me get therapy, please, guys. Guys, please go to ChristopherTitus.com. Any Christmas gifts? We've got the Scream Sanity shirts. Get those. If you want any DVDs for people who still have DVD players, we have the box set. We should do a box set sale, right? We'll announce that next week because we have a few left. And then come to the shows. Florida next week. Next week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, next week. It's gonna be a good one. And you're gonna be able on the theater shows. You're gonna be able to do much more of your show.
Herdeberg.
Hey, don't you remember when he would fucking do stuff?
Get the buddy. Get the no, that sounds like
You're going to get to the guinea pig body. Because you're breaking the law. Right now.
Even their cops are really cute.
yeah.
But are you doing Swedish?
Yeah,
or
I'm doing my best.
Wasn't it Switzerland?
Oh my God, guys, please.
Was it
Thank you for
Switzerland?
watching. Thanks for listening. Go to Christopher Titus TV. Please watch all our stuff on the
already said
YouTube
that.
channel. On the YouTube channel. I did not say the YouTube
Oh,
channel.
watch Alpha Chick on Amazon,
Yeah.
Roku, Google Play, what
And
have you.
Armageddon is also on all those channels too. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
There can be only one.
There can be only one, and here he is. Here's the one next to the two. Mwah.